you almost act inferior to women, right? Like if it's about men bettering themselves, right, and you believe that men should be the head of everything, then it's just about correcting yourselves. It's like if you make it, they will come, right? So if you get right, then the women will fall in line. But it doesn't, I've never heard a manispherian argument where that was kind of being made. It's
This
always
is
the
this is
reason why
why.
society is falling is because of women, not because
Well,
we no longer lead,
brother, can I
because of
just say
women.
something? Because I was listening to what you said, and I noticed you slip in a kind of a disqualifier, right, or a poison pill. You'll say if the manosphere is about male improvement and the domination of women, and it's like we're not saying that that's the point of the manosphere. You're adding that in to discredit the movement. Do you see how you just did that?
I didn't say the domination of women. I never said that. I don't
Yeah,
even
you
think
said
y'all believe y'all can
no.
dominate women.
Well,
This
listen
is
to
when
it
I
back.
asked
You
the
said
manosphere,
But
why
that's
are
the
you
thing. No
being
one's trying to dominate anyone. That's the
You're
thing.
trying
When
to.
people get in, relationships, they have conversations, and at times, one person is leading the other. So my whole thing is for you to say that everybody in the manosphere, you might as well say that because you're saying people in the manosphere is that wants to dominate their woman is false. You don't have no proof to it. Like for
Didn't
instance,
you?
I could use Sharon as an example. And Sharon, in your last, and I'm just guessing, in your past three relationships, would you say that you're in charge?
In charge of what?
Like pretty much you have veto power. Would you say you have veto power? Would you say you were in charge?
Hold on. Power does it. That's to bring her back.
No, no, no. I said it at the same time to drop her.
Then she got 40 on her head.
Yeah, no. But I mean, if we could
Sharon, would you say that you have veto power
Oh,
drop
wait,
in
purple strip.
decision making?
Can we drop him instead? By veto power.
hold on. Who you? Hold
I want to
on.
drop algorithm.
You want to drop
Algorithm, he said
algorithm?
you gotta go lift some
Yeah.
weights, buddy.
You
All right, so
could you
That's
could
what you
drop the
need to be doing.
facts. You could drop
So
the facts. It
algorithm.
doesn't
Hold
change
on,
it.
hold on. Algorithm. So while I try to find a way to let me close some things so I can knock you up. But while I'm looking for it, Manosphere Algorithm, get to say your last piece while we while before I drop you. Go ahead.
Thanks for
Just like the
having me.
taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
He's gonna be big mad about that.
Nah, he all right. He chilling back there. Hey, take her rights away. White bread, light on the mayo. No crust, please.
Yeah, I don't know why she was
Have
in the
you
chat
ever
complaining about getting dropped when she should be thanking me and saying, "Yes, sir. Would you like it cut into triangles?" Yes, I would.
work? Have you ever taken an autism test?
Yo,
can you
AI
say that
is
again? I didn't
wild.
hear you.
Have you ever taken a test, like an autism test? Like, have you ever had the doctor do a
Come
test
on.
on you or anything like that?
No, I've never taken one.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Why? What's your point there?
No, I don't have a point. I was just wondering if you've ever been diagnosed with autism.
Okay. Have you ever taken a gonorrhea test?
Hey, yo, AR, do you think there's going to
He's
be an
not answering. Hold
exodus?
on, I want to hear that answer.
What's up, sir?
Do you think there's going to
Have,
be an exodus when Marjorie Taylor Greene runs against Kamala? You think they're going to lose their
Which
minds?
way? Ooh.
Do you think the manosphere heads are going to explode?
I think her saying what she said about the division, her recent comments about the division she's helped cause and all that good stuff have already lost her most of the ones that wouldn't have voted for her in that election because they love division. So her saying like I shouldn't have done that, it's out of control, X, Y, and Z. They're already like, as soon as someone says something against Trump or doesn't agree with him, there's a very big overlap between the manosphere and maggots, especially on the white side. And so as soon as you say anything against him or don't agree with him, they're immediately attacking you. You see it all the time with the Supreme Court opinions. Anytime Amy Coney Barrett or Kavanaugh vote on the other side, they're immediately bashing them and saying various different things, especially Amy because she's a woman. They're immediately saying she's a DEI, she never should have been put in, and all these other things. So
All right, we're gonna maintain the conversation. Go ahead, marvelous opinion. I know you.
I never even got to ask my questions earlier, Sharon. So that's kind of
I
messed up. I
got you,
think
but
it's because I'm mixed.
the men did not have any, the men did not have no composure.
No, they didn't. Low impulse control
They
motherfuckers.
wanted to jump the line. They all wanted to talk at once, and then they try to blame me for trying to maintain a conversation.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
cool.
Our
going all
mixed
over the
brothers
place.
should go
And they don't
last.
understand that they going all over the place. Go ahead, marvelous opinion.
Hi, can you hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yep. We hear you.
Cool. Cool. So, y'all talking about manosphere and feminism for the most part? Or are we talking about manosphere? What are we talking about here? Just so I can stay on topic.
God damn
Volleyball?
it, Emma. How the hell you asked us to speak?
No, it sounds like what I'm saying.
We were
It sounds like
talking
you're
about volleyball.
Manosphere. It sounds like y'all talking about manosphere specifically, but then I keep hearing correlation with feminism. So I'm trying to figure out where is it at?
We talking
Well,
about manosphere.
you could talk about that if you want, because it doesn't have a correlation, but somehow men want to have a competition with women, and they think that is a masculine position to take. That's the
Right.
problem.
Correct. That's
All right,
problematic.
so the only thing I got from manosphere for the most part is there's the one component they so much more about self-improvement. Sure, you can take that, but there's the other part where it's like they want to be seen a certain way, more particularly by women, and they want to dictate what women should like and what they should, accept, and all sorts of things like that. And then what kind of women are this, what to avoid. It's just a mix between a few different things, different components. But I would say it was because it used to be known even before what it is right now as a what do you call those guys? Guys who basically are masters of dating, they call for the most part. But that's kind of where it was at 1.2. Then it went to because I would say probably the social media, how certain women like OnlyFans kind of betray themselves, and I would say women get money by selling sex, something like that, and they start bashing on that, thinking that's something to talk about. But it's like, okay, this is nothing old. This is nothing new. It's all old stuff. Like women have prostitution forever, so why not talk about it now because it's relevant, or because women get money and you sound like you're jealous because you can't just take your shirt off and then make money on top of that. Okay, sure. So Manosphere seems to be more of a spiteful, resentful movement towards women specifically. At least it's shifted towards that direction more so than it has been about male improvements. At least from my point of view, I've been out the game for 13 years, so I don't know nothing about this whole Manosphere like that as far as dating wise. But from what I've heard, it's only been about what to look for women, the bad signs, good signs, whatever. Again, trying to define what a woman is and not really working on themselves. They're too external. They're very emotional, very resentful in the way that they're moving. You can say that we talk about improvement. You can say you can give me little guys who made it for some of the advice, but honestly, most people are there for the emotion. They're there for the red pill rage I heard before. So that's kind of been the thing that's been taken over. You can have guys who have good intentions and all that other stuff, but it's not the guys that have good intentions who are actually making the most noise. It's the guys who have all these ritual resentment towards women. Pretty much like the ones you kind of like, who was the flip on the other side of feminism. Same thing. You hear all the negative things from the female side because they're the loudest. But is that the majority of women? No, obviously not. You know what I'm saying? But then the Manosphere will also play off of that too and flip it and show you clips of women who are actual misandrists and all stuff like that. Again, it's back and forth pander between certain sectors or both groups. And I just say, to me, it just seems to be more resentful. For whatever reason, how they see each other, it's all resentment, in my opinion.
Okay, can I respond to that?
Yes, you can.
Sure.
Okay, so here's the issue I have, and the whole argument that Sharon posts is contingent on the quote unquote facto that men are, or the manosphere trashes women, right? I don't even think that's the case because you'd have to prove to what degree is it considered trashing versus pointing out a factual statement. Here's what I mean by that. It's factually true that women prefer men of a particular height. Women prefer, that's not factually true? Okay, look it up. So 55% of women, go ahead, look it up. 55% of women in a study said that they want a man that's, I forgot what the actual.
Are there outliers?
Yes, but Kevin Hart is still out here winning, right? Like
It's okay. Let him finish his thought. We know women are choosing. We know their actions. They are choosing regular sized men every single day. They just want a man taller than them. So, but
Exactly.
get to finish your,
Yeah, no.
question.
I wouldn't say that they don't settle for someone shorter or than what their preferred choice is, but I'm just making a factual statement that when polled on it, And being that this is a poll, you have to take into account the reporting bias. So some women are going to say no because they don't want to seem shallow.
My work. So my question to you, when they are saying these things, do you not believe that it is a fantasy? They making a 100% fantasy man?
Yeah, it's a preference, so they can prefer
Thank
whatever
you.
they
So,
want.
like, if I was to ask you what's your favorite car, you would tell me whatever that is. Then I ask you what you drive, and you say a Honda Accord. I'm not gonna say, well, see,
You don't actually drive an Accord, correct? Work.
Well, so here's the issue. So we're
Work,
talking
sir,
about
sir.
preference.
Work. Do
Yeah,
you
but
drive a Honda Accord?
well, it's an irrelevant question. So
It's
I'm not
because I
even.
drive a Honda Accord and I'm trying not to be
Honda
associated with
Accords
you.
are excellent cars.
Thank you, sir.
no, so my word, he's just upset because he
faster.
is a Honda Accord driver. That's what the A stands for.
Yeah, it's an amazing car. It's a 2.0. It's a 2.0 turbo, pearl white. Sharon's a hater.
It's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
The AOS actually stands for Accord Rider. It's okay.
Hey, come on. Whoa.
All right, go ahead.
Gotcha.
Finish your thought, my word. It was just a little quick, little funny joke. All right, go ahead,
No,
my
I
word.
got you. My bad. My bad. I didn't know what that was. But so my point though is that basically women have a preference. Pointing that out as a factual statement is not bashing women. So if you point out observations like women prefer men of a particular height, which studies show at 55%, and that would be an underrepresentation because of reporting bias. Pointing something like that out is not inherently a bash on women. So I
Okay.
just wanted to point out that your whole definition of
But Mr.
bashing
Work,
women is flawed from the start.
Mr. Work.
Okay,
Does
so
that need to be pointed out?
I want to.
Work, look,
Okay, sorry. So
Mr. Work.
I want to address it as well. So we're gonna go with Uda. Uda want to address that. He's been quiet for a while. Let's go with Uda. Wall Street Willie, you better address the topic. You better stay on topic. I will cut you off.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Mr.
then I
Work,
want to
look,
address it as well.
this is where we get it, right? So when we talk about statistics and we're looking at black and white, everything is not as it's made out to be, right? So you may know the statistics, right? But how much times is this in real life that you're meeting it? And when you go and speak with women, do you speak with women? Do you see this? Forget a poll, forget what you know. I'm talking about you actually meeting women, talking to actual women. What is the statistic on that? You know what I mean? It's not the same. Is it the same when you talk to actual women? When you get yourself out of a book and out of a stat? How is that for you? How does that work, Mr. Work?
Yeah, so
Does he
to
sound like he
address your
talked to women in the outside, in the real world? Does he sound respectfully? I'm being respectful when I ask this.
Yo,
Does he
Absolutely,
sound
yes.
like he has conversations with women in the outside
Hold
world?
on. A core rider, I believe that any man that listens to
Okay.
CGA is out there getting women because he's listening to that no free agent lifestyle, right,
Okay.
Mr. Work?
Hey, Mr. Work, when's the last time you had a girlfriend?
respect. But so I just want to address what the
Sir,
guy said.
when's the last time you had a girlfriend?
Look, if you can prove
Okay.
how your question is relevant, I'll answer it. But I'm not going to be answering irrelevant questions. So if you can prove how
Because
having a girlfriend
he's
is
asking
relevant,
you how your
It's a part
experience
of
is fucking with
masculinity
women.
to
And
be
I'm
able to
asking you when's
attract
the
the
last
women
time
you
you had
want.
a woman, so it's relevant
okay.
in regards to
So
that.
here's the thing:
I
am
agree.
I advocating for my personal experience, or am I saying
So
objectively?
as I was saying, you're asking him a
Yes.
question that he can't really answer because he doesn't have experience with that.
Well, no, I was going to answer his question, but the problem is it's irrelevant to my
We know you're
personal
going to
experience.
answer based off of some study you read. We know you
Well,
can't
so
answer based off of your
look, if you
experience.
want me
It's
to
all good.
answer as an anecdotal, right? And he
I
says,
actually don't want you to
well,
answer at all. Your
if he says
autism is bothering me
personally,
at this point.
if he says personally, do you know women that prefer men that are taller? If I say yes, then his point's debunked. But here's the thing: I'm going to answer to a general, right? Because I know he's trying to make a general point, and that's what I'm going to answer to. So generally speaking, women do have a preference for taller men. I'm not saying that they're going to end up with their actual preference. That's not my argument. I'm just saying it exists, and pointing that out as a factual statement is not bashing women. That's the whole argument.
Okay, now
Just to be clear, he didn't answer the question. He said, "Yes, I know women that prefer taller women."
Hold on, I don't want to troll it. So the problem is that they use that factual thing as a way to weaponize it against women, and that's the issue. When you use the truth as a weapon, that's a problem.
Okay, so if you could prove that, I would agree. But the problem is simply pointing it out as a factual statement, right? And saying, well, women have this set of preferences. And if you want to enter in a relationship where you have leverage and options like the free agent lifestyle, you have to improve yourself in order to meet those preferences and enter into the relationship with negotiation power. That wouldn't be considered weaponization.
Okay, so the problem is plenty of men that are height deprived that get
Yep.
women every day, that
Winning.
get
Yep.
married every day. So in real life, this poll that you are representing to prove that women are not choose, they are disqualifying men is just not a factual statement. This is how he is using a true statement that when a woman paints her perfect man, that she says things that men in the world are not going to be able to accomplish. And women are choosing postal workers, UPS workers, McDonald's, Walmart, all that, and marrying those men and being with those men. So whatever CGA is saying, however, it's the truth, but he's using it to weaponize it, and he's using it to keep men, young men, single and away from other women because they believe that married men get the least amount of divorces. They want y'all to have the most successful relationship that you can have, and so therefore, who you need to be with, sir?
So I just want to say the
Oh,
issue with your argument is that you keep referring to the fact that women only choose their person that they have 100% preference for. Reality, that's not true. Women do settle, men settle as well. So I'm not saying that women only select based off of height, but I'm saying there's a set of characteristics women prefer and pointing that out as a factual statement and saying if men choose to enter relationships, they have to better themselves in order to be more sexually viable for women.
So
Let me
now
go. I
my
gotta
work.
go soon.
So
So.
now my work. Thank you. I appreciate you, Power Desi, for
But
all
I
of
want to
that.
get one in. I'm trying to jump the line.
Jump the line. Hurry up. I gotta go too, man. Hurry up.
Hold
Okay.
on. So the problem is my work is this, right? Is that life, right? All these people that's settling disproves CGA. And why you're not taking that real evidence of real life of what's happening versus the BS that he's saying that women prefer. It doesn't matter what they prefer. It's matter about what reality shows. Reality shows that if you are a man with confidence and you have assurance of yourself and you communicate a certain way, you will have no problem in this so-called sexual market value that doesn't really exist in real life. Because when you're walking down the street, nobody's going to say, you know what, Mr. Work, I say he's about a 30 on the sexual market value. It's not happening.
Well, no, it's subconscious. I agree. Yeah, they don't consciously do that. But here, point of clarification. So, are you saying the fact that people settle disproves the fact that people have preferences when it comes to mate selection?
no, no one's saying that.
That's what he just said.
What's basically being said is
What
y'all
I'm
make
saying
a
is that,
weak.
so I clarify. What I'm saying, somebody's fantasy doesn't have anything to do with who they choose.
Right.
I agree.
All right. So when you ask a woman, what is your preference on a woman of a man, and she says, I want him to be 6'6", a basketball player, make $1 million, and I could sit at home with a goddamn chef, a maid, and a this and a that, and we fly on airplanes every week. We fly to pizza just to get some pizza. Hey, that's an awesome man that she just described.
Right.
But majority of women are not actually looking for that, even if they were to describe their complete fantasy man. They're not looking for that for real.
So here's the error in what you're saying. You're saying they're describing who they want, but they're not actually desiring that person. How does that make sense logically?
What I'm trying to get you to understand, a fantasy is a fantasy. Most people say they want a Ferrari, but most people drive a goddamn Honda Accord.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
you can't say, well,
I'm about
people
to drop
don't
the host.
desire a Ferrari. Your argument is, well, people don't desire a Ferrari because most people drive a Honda Accord.
He ain't listening. I don't even know why you keep. He ain't listening. It really coming down
He's
to the
trying
point
to
that.
listen. He can't. He
So listen,
mentally cannot.
And it's
if
fear.
I
Like
get y'all Negroes,
even if you hold on a second, even if you take the women out of it, right? Another problematic part of the manosphere for me is that they were hating on the successful men, right? The men that could get the women, right? These became the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Chads in the white community, right? It just seems like a bunch of men who fundamentally just feel inferior to everyone, right? And that goes against the argument that men are in this leadership position. Clearly, if you think you need a team to fight against women, you don't view yourself as in the driver's seat. So it literally goes against your own arguments of who you claim you are or should be, right? If you need a team to be successful with women, it's just a goofy argument. And y'all be hating on everybody. Y'all hate on other men. I mean, like it's weird.